This is the DaranEner Portable Power Station, the 192Wh 300W LiFePO4 little brick that's been living in my bag and in my trunk for the past few weeks. My first impression was simple. It's small, light, and it feels like the kind of unit you actually bring everywhere instead of leaving on a shelf. I bought it to cover 3 situations: mobile work away from outlets, short camping trips, and small outages at home. I was a little unsure about 2 things before using it: whether 192 watt-hours would be enough for my days, and whether the build quality would hold up. I've put it through real use to find out. On looks and feel, it's compact and easy to carry. It weighs about 5.7 pounds and the integrated handle has good balance. The body is ABS plastic with a no-nonsense look. It's not premium, but it's not flimsy either. The footprint is roughly toaster-sized, so it fits under a desk or in a backpack. The front panel keeps everything in one spot. 2 AC outlets rated at 300 watts continuous with a 600 watt surge, 1 USB-C PD port that goes up to 60 watts, 2 USB-A fast charge ports, and a 12-volt DC output. There's a small monochrome screen that tells me battery percentage which outputs are on, and warning icons if anything gets too hot or cold. Physical buttons toggle AC and DC USB power, which helps avoid idle drain. The side vents and a little fan kick in under load or while charging fast. Noise-wise, it's a soft whoosh, low and easy to ignore in a tent or a quiet room. It also has a built-in LED flashlight with several brightness levels and an SOS mode, which turned out to be more useful than I expected during a short outage at home. From my experience, charging options are flexible. On wall power, I saw around 90 to 100 watts input and got a full charge from about 10% in roughly 2.5 hours. In my car, it pulled near 60 watts and topped up during a drive in a little over 3 hours. With a 60-watt folding solar panel in clear midday sun, the built-in MPPT tracked nicely at around 50 watts and took me from about 20% to full in a bit under 4 hours. It doesn't include a car cable or solar panel, so I used my own. For outputs, the 60-watt USB-C PD port did the heavy lifting for my 13 to 14-inch laptop. It kept my machine at full speed while I edited photos and wrote scripts, and it charged my tablet quickly. The 2 AC outlets delivered clean power to a small projector, a camera battery charger, and a 45-watt soldering iron. I also used the 12-volt DC output with a little LED strip in the tent, and it barely sipped power. In real numbers, here's how capacity felt. The label says 192 watts, but like most stations, you don't get all of that because the inverter and electronics draw some power. Usable energy is closer to around 170 watt-hours. With that in mind, my laptop at 45 to 60 watts ran for 2 to 3 hours on AC, longer over USB-C. My phone at about 15 watt-hours per full charge got around 10 charges. A 10-watt desk fan ran most of a day. I tested a 30-watt load at night to simulate a small medical device and got about 5 hours on AC. If you're depending on a CPAP, I'd double-check your wattage, consider running DC if your model supports it, and assume you'll get roughly half a night on this battery alone. That's the honest trade-off with a compact unit. Key features that stand out start with the battery chemistry. The LiFePO4 cells are the real value here. They're safer and designed for longevity, rated for 3,500 plus cycles before dropping to about 80% capacity. That means you can drain and recharge it almost daily for years. In my opinion, that's what makes this unit a strong long-term buy, especially compared to older lithium-ion packs that wear out faster. The second highlight is the port mix. 2 pure sine wave AC outlets at 300 watts, a 60-watt USB-C that actually delivers, the 2 USB-A fast ports, plus 12-volt DC. This covers phones, tablets, drones, cameras, lights, and a laptop without juggling adapters. The third is charging flexibility. Wall, car, and solar all worked as advertised. The MPPT matters because it squeezes more out of your panel, especially when conditions aren't perfect. And the last one is simplicity. No app, no pairing, no setup. I press a button and it works. For me, that matters when I'm on the move. It's not perfect. The 300-watt ceiling is a hard stop. It won't run a coffee maker, hairdryer, hot plate, or most mini fridges with high startup surges. If you try something like that, it'll shut down to protect itself. That's by design. Also, 1 watt is modest. It's perfect for a day trip, a focused work session at a park, or keeping essentials alive during a short outage. It's not built for multi-day off-grid living unless you bring solar and the sun cooperates. Build-wise, mine works fine, but the fit and finish won't wow anyone. 1 USB port on my unit sits a hair off-center in the cutout, purely cosmetic. I've also seen a few reviews mention units arriving dead on arrival. I didn't experience that, but I'd test it thoroughly when you get it and lean on the return window and warranty if anything feels off. From my experience, The way to think about this is personal power rather than everything power. When I planned my day around what it does well, it delivered. Tailgates, beach days, car camping, and mobile work, no problem. I kept a camera rig charged, ran a small projector for a movie night, and powered my laptop and hotspot through a long edit session with time to spare. I like that I can toss it in a backpack without thinking twice about weight, and I like that I can go from wall to car to solar depending on where I am. It's perfect for someone who wants a reliable portable unit to keep small devices going. If you're looking for a lightweight power source for field shoots, drone charging, studying at the park, or a backup for phones, lights, a fan, and a laptop during an outage, it fits that role really well. If you need to run a fridge or cook breakfast on an electric skillet, I'd look at a higher capacity model with a bigger inverter. I'd recommend this for casual campers and day trippers, students and freelancers who work away from outlets, and anyone building a compact emergency kit with a flashlight and battery in one. If your top priority is long-term value and safety, the LiFePO4 battery and the simple design make a lot of sense. If your priority is powering high-wattage appliances or going off-grid for days without recharging, this isn't the right tool. In conclusion, the DaranEner 192Wh hits a sweet spot for portability and practicality. The key features that keep me using it are the LiFePO4 longevity, the clean 300-watt pure sine wave AC, the 60-watt USB-C PD that actually helps with real laptops, and the fast, flexible charging options with MPPT for solar. In my opinion, the value is strong if you align your expectations with what 192 watt-hour can do. I'm keeping it in my car as an everyday carry power hub and part of my home kit for quick outages. If you found this helpful, subscribe for more hands-on gear reviews and drop your questions or your own experience with portable power in the comments. Thank you for watching.